Yo, welcome back to the Orangebloods Texas football channel. I'm Geoff. That's Anwar, Jason, Alex. We're doing predictions. It's our predictions video for Iowa State. Like the video if you're so inclined. Subscribe to the channel so you'll always get the great content. Click on the notifications. Leave your game predictions in the comment sections below. Fellas, a week ago, you all picked Baylor, and I picked Texas. Out of denial, I think I was pretty open about it last week. I'm not in denial this week. I always make you guys go first. I will go first this week. I think Iowa State's beating Texas. I'm more concerned that this is the game where the levee breaks a little bit. And instead of losing in the fourth quarter, that this is a game that Texas just flat out loses. If I had to give an actual score right now, and I do, I think Iowa State probably covers. I'll go 30-20 Iowa State over Texas. Alex, I'll go to you second just because you might be able to influence as everybody else's score with the Vegas numbers. What do you got for us?
Okay, so Texas now is a 6.5-point underdog. 50% of the tickets are on the Longhorns at plus 6.5 and 49% of the money right now via the Sports Insights on the Action app. So it's even split. I mean, the money is right there with the public sentiment. We don't know if that might change. We've seen that. We've actually seen it the last couple of weeks with big money coming in on one side or the other on Saturday mornings. As far as the total, 60.5, and this is where the big discrepancy is. 39% of the tickets are on the over, but 89% of the money is on the over. That's a huge difference. So the big bettors are getting in early on this thing going over. I mean, whenever I look at Iowa State, and I haven't gotten to read Jason's matchups column yet, I know that Iowa State's good. They have good players. You know, they got a great running back. They got really good linebackers. They got a great tight end. Is their tight end healthy, Jason?
Yeah, he's playing.
Okay. They have good players that can do some good things. I think with the look, I think the Texas covers here. And I know it sounds so counterintuitive, man, but with all the distractions this week, all the Joshua Moore stuff, all the monkey gate, everything like that, with everything happened, I for some reason, I just can't get out of my head that having those distractions might get this team out of its head. I'm picking Texas to win. I think Texas wins this game. I think that it's going to be close, but as long as I'm picking them to cover, and I think that they really bounce back here, I'm going to pick them to win. I think it goes over. I think that Casey Thompson bounces back. I think that this is Texas 38, Iowa State 33.
All right. Anwar, what you got?
Well, it's still hard for me to, I always stay in stats. I'm always, into the stat thing. And, Breece Hall leads the Big 12 in rushing yards with, 985, just a shade above Bijan Robinson. He's got 12 TDs and is averaging 123 yards a game. This is still a defense that is ranked, like I said, 106th nationally, 118th rushing defense. So, for me, I think teams know the best way to beat Texas is to run against them and know that the levee can open up for sure in the second half. So I'm gonna go with Iowa State. I'm gonna go 31-24 Iowa State. But Ketch, I am with you that this is one of those games. Like Alex, I think you're right. Like this one, I think this is one of these games that could go either way, where it could be one of these things that all this craziness has happened, 3-game losing streak, all these other weird headlines this week, and you get to tell yourself, all right, maybe this is the Texas just pulls it all together, or could this be one of these things where they just throw their hands up and it gets ugly? So I'm just going to go 31-24 Iowa State.
Feels like the kind of game that this feels very much like the week of the Oklahoma game where Texas actually beats Oklahoma. And we were so certain that Oklahoma was going to beat Texas that day. And sometimes a little bit of chaos can go a long way. Suchomel, what are you thinking?
Well, I thought about this earlier, and I did the matchups, and I do favor Iowa State on paper, but the month of October was such a shit show for Texas on the field. What a fitting way to end the month on Halloween night, to have a monkey The whole monkey gate, as Alex described. I mean, what a fitting end of the month, right? So I thought, okay, maybe their fortunes are going to turn now that the calendar's flipped to November. But then we have the Joshua Moore stuff and other craziness going on this week. So with October out of the way, I'm like, all right, maybe new month, I'm going to pick up Texas to win, but I can't do it. I think this team is kind of what it is until I see it prove me wrong. I think this game's a lot like Oklahoma State. I think it's a lot like Baylor, that Iowa State's going to be able to run the ball. Anwar mentioned the numbers. I like Iowa State. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I think Texas will be competitive, but ultimately, I think Iowa State's just a little bit better team. I think the matchups, their run game against Texas run defense is scary for Texas, and it's in Ames, of course. So I'm going Iowa State 34, Texas 28.
I want to make like a monkey reference joke, like monkeying around or something like that. And I've just decided it's probably just not the best idea. Three of us are picking Iowa State. No reason to jump in with another reference towards monk. I love how it became Monkey Gate, though. Like, that's so natural to just turn that in. Boy, everybody on that team could absolutely use a win. We could use this Texas team.
They need to get the monkey off their back, huh? Yeah.
There it is. God.
Too easy.
But he's here all week, folks. Try the veal. Try the veal.
Yeah. Try the veal. I don't even know if I can go on now. Look, for myself, Anwar Richardson, Alex Dunlap, and Monkey Man himself, Jason Suchomel. Like the video if we made you smile. Give us your score predictions in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. Do all that stuff. We will see you on Saturday when Anwar will be live in Ames.
I hope.
It'll be a late night edition of the post-game show. Boy, I've forgotten what it feels like to do one of those. The last time we had a win, it was TCU, Anwar, and we nitpicked that. I'm just telling you right now, if Texas beats Iowa State on Saturday, it'll be a nitpick-free show. I'll only focus on the positives because it just doesn't seem like in the last month there have been that many. For myself, though, and all the guys, thank you for watching. We'll do it again on Saturday night. Thanks for hanging in there with us. We'll talk to you soon. Later.